Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who Target book review for today. Well, this is my very first Target book reviews, really, and yeah, I normally do reviews on big finishes and the DVDs and Blu-rays, the stories, so I thought, why not start with a Target other book? And I'm actually starting with The Abominable Snowmen, which is a book adaptation of The Missing Story. Only episode 2 exists in the DVD Lost in Time. Now, as you can tell, I've got my Abominable Snowman figure set next to me. As you can tell, I have kind of changed my kind of record where I normally record. I normally record in front of my glass cabinet and stuff, but now I kind of thought I changed it to the shelf where I now got my VHSs, and I've got a little section here for me to put my figures on when I talk about each story and whatever I want to talk about. Now, The Abominable Snowman, I absolutely love this Target Novel book. Now, this book was actually written by Terrence, and I was a bit shocked when I was reading the stories for the Terrence books, with stories from Hartnell down to Davison for the Five Doctors, and in the first book it's got this story in it, The Abominable Snowmen. But then again, though, I did find out it does have one of the best stories in it, which is The Wheel in Space, which I'm quite looking forward to reading. So, my review on Doctor Who, The Abominable Snowman. Now, what can I tell you about this book, which is really enjoyable to sit down and read? It's took me 3 months to actually sit down and read it. I've got this back in January, end of Jan, early Feb, something like that. And I actually did sat down and enjoy it. So I have read it for quite a few months, and I really did actually enjoy it. It's a really great Doctor Who Target book as well. Now, I really love the way it is described, the Yetis, and of course the Doctor, where he's like literally being in the dungeon cell and he's just there sitting in his fur coat in Tibet playing his flute. This story was actually filmed up in Wales in Snowdon because they really couldn't go to Tibet. It's really interesting to see a Doctor Who story filmed up in Wales, because this is the very first story to feature the robot Yetis and the great intelligence, and I just really actually did love reading this book as well. I really actually did love it. Now, when it's kind of like saying stuff like when Victoria screams. Now, one thing about season 5 is that Victoria screams in nearly every single episode of Troughton's run in that season. So you kind of imagine her screaming, because yes, she screams in the Tomb of the Cybermen. She screams in this story, which is after Tomb. She screams in the Ice Warriors. Then, of course, I think she screams in the Enemy of the World. I'm not too sure. Web of Fear, she definitely screams. And, of course, Fury from the Deep, where she screams. Where we've got the seaweed coming through like the pipes in this base. And then you kind of see her going, ah! Like that, and then the seaweed kind of grows. So you can actually imagine her screaming when she sees the robot Yeti for the first time. Jamie, I absolutely love the way Jamie is described, being young, efficient warrior. That's basically like described in this book. I absolutely love the way they describe the second Doctor, because the second Doctor is very cunning. He pretends to act like the fool. He goes to a planet, acts like a fool, works out what's going on, and then he comes up with the solution, and then we go on to the next story. So I kind of like the way that's literally just hinted at in this book as well, that the second Doctor pretends to be cunning, and in fact he's just like, nah, I'm just working out my plan, what I'm going to do in this situation. I absolutely do like Troughton for that. This is why he's my third favourite Doctor. I do love Troughton. He's just absolutely amazing as the role of the Doctor. Now, Professor Travis, I knew Professor Travis when I watched The Web of Fear, because when he says that they met in Tibet, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I literally went and bought this book, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the story where they meet Professor Travis for the very first time, and it's absolutely great, to be honest with you. I like the way he is hunting for the Yetis. Well, he's not the robot Yetis, he's actually hunting for a normal Yeti, but the Yeti is there trying to drive these kind of people in Tibet away from the monastery, because of the Great Intention of setting up his evil plot there. Even though the Great Intention is invisible and stuff, and you don't really, you only see the robot Yetis. I absolutely love the way the Yetis are described as these big, furry, like, kind of creatures, and the way the crystal ball is described as well. Like, as soon as it gets plugged in to the Yeti, it's like the Yeti comes to life, which I really love the way that is described. I think that's absolutely fantastic. The way it's described, this whole book is just absolutely fantastic, and I really would like to see the robot Yetis to come back at some point in Doctor Who's future. So the rest of the story is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. This book is definitely a 10 out of 10. If you want to read this, I would highly recommend it, because even though the Abominable Snowman is supposed to be coming out at some point this year, because we had the trailer for the Doctor Who's 58th anniversary back in November, and now this year it's the 29th anniversary. Next year it's the 60th anniversary, you know. So I'm wondering, yeah, you know what, I've been checking my pre-order. I'm like, oh, I've cancelled it because the Abominable Snowman's been on pre-order now for 7 months, since Doctor Who Day back in November. So it's been like available to pre-order back then, so I've cancelled it because it's just too much of a long wait. I would actually be happy. I'll probably buy it when it gets like released. I'll just probably put the steelbook money in my bank and get the steelbook on the day of release. So anyway, that is my review on Doctor Who, the Abominable Snowman Target book. Now, let me know in the comments what you think of Doctor Who, the Abominable Snowman. Do you think it's a good story? Do you not think it's a good story? And let me know in the comments what you think of this video. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. And as you can tell, as I said, I have kind of changed the way I'm going to be filming my videos now. Instead of showing my glass cabinet and my big finished stuff, I've got a little desk here now, where I can actually put my figures on display and whatever I want to talk about on display as well. So thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a great day.